Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 228. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan today. We're going to conclude the arc of the good vibes by talking about a radical rodent deck. Now hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We've come to the end of an era here at Commander Cookout Podcast. We got some people to thank, some stories to tell. I have an interesting life update for you.
Oh, I do too.
But before we get to
I'm so excited.
But before we get to any of that, we have to thank our business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, their source for all your gaming needs.
Oh, very much so. And all my Caldies, all my Kaldheim packs, bundles, boosters, fatties,
Packs?
product.
I don't know.
It's all product. Yeah, produce, magic produce. It's all coming. It's coming in, and I am excited. Do not forget, if you're ordering from them, CCO Fusion 5 promo code, get you 5% off your entire order, including all of the boosties.
Oh, speaking of making orders from FusionGamingOnline.com using CCO promo code.
What did you buy? Uh-oh.
So
what did you get pounded on?
I actually didn't really get pounded that much because they had everything I wanted, and I got this. I wanted to play Ascendant Spirit as a mutate target in my mutate deck.
Ascendant Spirit? Is that the level up one?
That's the level up
from
one?
Rise of Eldrazi?
No, that's the one that...
Ascendant Spirit is the new snow...
Yeah.
The new snow... What the fuck is that guy's
the level
called?
up spirit thing that... It uses snow mana is the point.
Yeah.
I slaughtered...
Figure of Destiny.
It's like that, yeah, exactly. So I put it into my mutate deck, and then I was kind of farting around with it, and I drew it, and I was like, I don't have any fucking snowlands in this deck.
I was just gonna say that. You don't have any.
So I went on, and I bought, like, all of the basics that I needed, all in cool matching art, and then I bought a foil set of those cool duels. Ooh.
The ETB tapped snow duels?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm pretty excited to see how this works now. I got like a sweet suite of snowlands.
Sweet, you say?
Yes, and I saved 5%.
Oh, max value on your sweet of snow.
That's right.
Fuck, you know what's not so sweet of sweet?
What's that?
The snow we have outside. It's minus 35 here before the wind chill.
With the wind chill, it's minus 42.
42. And for the people in the land of the free, where they use freedom units of temperature.
That's the same.
Yes, when you hit minus 40, nobody gives a shit because it's the same. It's
too
fucking cold.
I don't know if you probably can't see, but walking the dog, it like chapped all of the skin off the back of my hands.
Yeah, it turns the cracks of your hands white.
Yes.
You look like Scarface. Oh, man. Okay, so good vibe. You got your Ascended Spirit?
Yes.
Yeah, you said we're going to conclude the arc of good vibes.
We are. We figured we've
are.
been doing this for a year. We've been keeping the good vibes going. And not that we're going to stop doing the good vibes. We're going to change the name of the arc.
I got this. I think, I use the word culture lots, right?
Yes.
In this instance, we've changed the culture of what the show sounds like and what the community CCO Nation is. And I think it's a nation and a culture of good vibes, and that's gonna continue to be true. I think forever.
So the good vibes are just part of the fabric now.
The good vibes are woven into the world tree of CCO Nation.
Oh, I like that.
Oh man, you see what I'm doing there?
When they make the wood carving or the big tapestry of the nation, now it's got like a disco ball on it instead of a sun.
Yes.
Because you can't be upset when there's a disco ball present, right? I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Like, remember when you were over for the Rumble and you went to the bathroom and you turned on the light and my little disco colorful light turned on?
Kaleidoscope. I put one of those. This is tech tip we do like a Christmas tree innovation every year. I know it's not. You got 10 months to prepare, CCO Nation. I've got a separate cord that goes up the back of my Christmas tree, and I plug in one of those spinny kaleidoscope lights so it broadcasts like the wash of kaleidoscope onto the wall behind my tree.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, man. That makes the tree look like it's glowing.
That is a cool idea.
That was Christmas tree innovation from a couple years ago.
Oh, I like that.
That's a gooder.
I'm a fan of that. I even have one of those. We use it to light up the backyard when we have fires because
it looks good. Yeah. My neighbor bought like 10 of them, and he uses them like on all of the overhangs of his roof around his house. So his whole house does that.
Neat.
Yeah. Get this. So I've lived in my house for a few years.
Okay.
It's mortgage renewal time.
Right.
Always stressful for people who don't either work in the industry or like openly talking about money, finances, getting approved. It's nerve-wracking, anxiety-inducing
Yeah,
type.
we almost lost our house last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what's up.
Oh yeah, I know what's going down.
Okay. We're in the midst of a pandemic.
Truth. Yep.
You know that,
Yeah,
right?
I was aware. I had heard tell.
Okay. So here's the good vibe.
Hit me with it.
I get this email saying, this is from my bank. We've pre-approved you to renew your mortgage. Click here to check rates. And I'm like, okay, what are the rates? I know that they're low.
Sick.
I know that they're low. Cool. So I go in there, and it's literally like Amazon click and buy. That's how fast it is. And
Okay.
it seemed so easy that I called the bank and was like, hey, I've got your email. And like I went into my banking app from the email. I know that it's legit. I just want to make sure that like I changed jobs since I got my mortgage, and like the rate is half of what my old rate was. Fucking half of my old rate. First of all, can you get me a lower rate? She's like, no, the branch rates are all higher. I'm like, okay, so you sent me a rate lower than what the branch is going to give me, and all I need to do is click two things and enter in Rebecca's email because she co-signed, like we both are on the mortgage, so she has to approve it too, air quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it? And she's like, yeah, they wanted to make it easy. And I'm like, they made it too fucking easy. You know that, right? Like, I don't trust this. I don't trust that it's this easy. Like, I don't need to send you nothing. No. I don't need to come in and sign nothing. No, you're already approved. All you have to do is click the fucking button on your phone. I'm like, really? Okay, I'm going to do that right now. Boom. Mortgage, half as much.
Holy shit.
Good ass vibe.
Yeah, that's
and she's
pretty
like, they specifically don't want people coming into the branch, so they don't need as many people in the branch.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're trying to dissolve the branch, is what I've been told. But
Yeah,
whatever.
sort of, right? Like the lady I talked to was like, she wasn't in the banking call center in Toronto or whatever. She works out of her house, like in Halifax, right?
Sure.
So, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But the good vibe is my mortgage rate is, I said half, but nearly half is low, and it's going to save me hundreds of dollars per month.
That's great.
And that is truly one of the best things in this whole fucking shitty-ass pandemic.
Yeah. Actually, ours went down too. And
Yes.
hopefully, if y'all are out there and you're coming up for renewal, now's a good time.
Yeah, don't be afeared. Don't be scared of it. It sometimes it's a little bit of a process. You got to do some paperwork and stuff, but get in there and save your dollars. Get your max value, right?
Also, why is it every time anything happens, it's always really good for you and really shitty for me? Why is that? You're like, I clicked 2 buttons. I'm like, I had to have 27 fucking meetings at the bank and go talk to a mortgage broker and have what the
You see this scar? I only got one kidney.
God damn it.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't even make any sense.
I look for good opportunities, I guess.
Maybe it's all the doorknob and sack beatings that I give people. It's karma coming back to me.
Yes.
Maybe if I'd stop breaking knuckles on the side, life would...
Oh, man. We are a Magic the Gathering podcast.
We certainly are.
And
we're a really good one, too.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Yeah, apparently. We're doing, we didn't even mention it today, but you saw the thumbnail if you're on YouTube. We're doing, read the name of the commandee, read the ability.
Toski.
Yes, there we go.
The squirrel guy.
Yeah. And the hint was the person that we streamed with played Toski on game nights, and that was Rachel Weeks that we streamed with on Commander Night Live with Andy Hull couple weeks back.
I like both of those people and hope to stream with them again in the future.
Yeah, and Andy kind of has an open invite for us on Commander Night Live, so check that out upcoming Wednesday because we do have some plans to go on again.
Do we?
We do.
Oh right, I was there. I was there for those.
You were fucking there.
I'm terrible. I'm the worst.
So that's the commander. It's going to be a cool mono green deck. Toski's indestructible.
Let's read what he does.
Give him a read, and we're going to talk about a couple other things.
He's a 1/1 squirrel for green 4. Can't be countered, indestructible, attacks each turn if able, and whenever a creature we control deals combat damage to a player, you D a C.
That would be draw a card.
Yes.
That's the good D a C, not the bad one, which would be discard a C.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah. No, not
so good.
Not
So
nearly as good.
we've got a couple patrons to shout out and to thank, and to, of course, F you before we get to the deck.
Let's hit him.
Let's hit them. first one. And like we've got some easy names and some hard names.
Ah, shit.
Let's start with the hard one, and it's all downhill from there.
Uphill. Downhill. What the hell? Because up is like we're going up, but you're also going up a hill.
Yeah.
Whereas downhill is typically described as bad. But like if you've ever ridden a bike up and then down a hill, which side do you prefer?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Change the culture there.
Okay. First shout out. Big thank you and FU goes to Joe Kapusansky.
Joe.
That's gotta be. I'm
Joe Crap Your Pansky.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, he slow roll laughed me. Joe Crap Your Pansky. Welcome.
Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard.
Okay, next shout out. Tyler Private.
Ty.
Tyler Private Parts?
Yeah, I guess. I'm just trying to get like a tie her privates, but like what are you tying?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good one. Let's just go with Tyler Private Parts.
I love that. Oh man, see, sometimes they write themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Finally, Jared Conforti. Sounds like confetti, sounds like fart. I want to say Jared Conforti.
Yeah.
That is, I don't want to picture what that is.
I definitely do, and maybe it's
It feels like I walk into the room with Confarty in it and I get pink eye.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, like jar rod confarty. That's where you take a jar and you put like a hollow tube in it, and then you fart down the tube, and the jar has confetti, and the fart goes down the tube into the jar and blows all the confetti out.
Yeah, it's like a potato gun of confetti, but with fart.
With farts. I'm sure that's a thing. I think I read about it somewhere.
Do not Google.
No.
Well,
There it is.
if you're one of those three people, welcome, thank you, and F you.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some finger blasting on the Discord. Of course, another great benefit to becoming a patron over at patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
It is indeed.
Got an updated goal there. We're working on some stuff behind the scenes, some merch, some CCO stickers. We're going to do a couple of them this time.
Ooh.
So that's just a little teaser.
I like it.
Just a little teaser, and we'll be looking to send those out to a bunch of patrons once those are all made up.
in our hands.
Yes.
Like where we can physically send them to you.
That's it. Okay, so we've got this 1/1 Squirrel for 4. It can't be countered, so we know it's going to ETB.
It will come into play.
Yeah, right? It's indestructible, so it'll stay in play.
Once it's attacking, because it must.
Whenever a creature we control deals damage, we draw a card, right?
Yes.
So we draw a card for each creature.
Yes.
I think for the most part, we like this deck because it feels really old school. First of all, it's monocolor, which I think we saw a lot more like 10 years ago when there wasn't as many powerful 3 and 4, 5 color options.
Right.
So old school in that way, but this is also kind of a Voltron deck. But it's got a little bit of a token backup sub-theme that lets us still go wide if we have to. And the icing on the cake, the cherry on top of the sundae, is the token sub-theme, not squirrels, like everybody else on EDH Rec has already done.
They're just, the spin is crazy.
There we go.
I like it. I'm a fan.
So where do you want to start?
Let's do the ramp stuff first.
Sure,
We'll
get the ramp out of the
bang it
way.
out of the way.
And I guess pay heed to how many of the ramp things are actually creatures in addition, right? Which does open us up to wraths or sweepers a little bit, but it does play into our commander's ability of whenever our creatures, our ramp, air quotes, deals combat damage, we draw a card.
We got Wolf Willow Haven, Wild Growth, Sakura Tribe Elder, Rishkar, Prima Renegade, Rona's Monument, Rampant Growth, Fertile Ground, Explorer, Broken Bond, Beanstalk Giant, and Arbor Elf.
I think I counted 3 or 4 in there.
We got Arbor Elf, Beanstalk Giant, Rishkar, Sakura Tribe Elder, and Wolf Willow Haven actually lets you like sack a land to make a wolf.
Okay.
So,
so
there's lots of stuff going on there.
5, right?
Yeah.
Double use, I think, is the take home message, right? Is early game we get that Arbor Elf down or that Sakura Tribe Elder down, you can use it immediately. if you get Steve down like turn 5 or whatever, you can attack with it and draw cards if you don't need the mana. Beanstalk Giant late game is going to draw you cards because Toski makes that so. Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Very neat.
Removal section, same kind of overarching theme in some of these are creatures, and there's 8 total removal spells. Give them a read.
We got Titanic Brawl, Struggle for Skemfar, Scavenging Ooze, Nature's Claim, Kenrith's Transformation, Ancient Animus, Ancient Anus, is what I'm going to call that, Ambush Viper, and Ass Slime.
So Ambush Viper, Ass Slime, Kenrith's Transformation. If we transform one of our own things, it'll turn into an elk, right?
Scavenging Ooze.
Scavenging Ooze, that's actually a good one for graveyard removal that gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like Ancient Animus because it actually leans into like having extra creatures. It's a fight spell where you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, like our creature, if it's legendary, and that'll allow Toski to fight and get bigger, right?
I'm into that. That's important to the Voltron deck.
And Rishkar Pima Renegade as well, that says when it ETBs, you can put +1s on like 2 creatures. Sorry, I'm jumping back a little bit, but the Ancient Animus can put a +1 counter on the Rishkar himself if he didn't put one on himself already. So you can spread your 2 counters elsewhere with Rishkar. They all make mana now. Then you Ancient Animus, you fight a 2/2, your Rishkar lives, and now he's a mana dork too.
Neat.
Yeah, little subtle kind of strategies and stuff there, right?
Some synergy.
Yeah, there we go.
Should we talk about protecting our Voltron commander? That's the most important thing you can do in a Voltron deck.
I think it's even more important than dealing damage with your Voltron because you can get your chip-ins and get your damage in kind of whenever there's openings, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't have a commander to attack with, you're effed.
Correct.
Yeah, so let's spend some time here. There's 11 of these total.
Let's start with Wrap and Vigor.
Wrap in Vigor?
Oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, this is a instant for green 1, regenerate each creature you control.
That's a cool one.
Just regenerate every creature we control.
Yep, I used to run that in Snakes. It's really good.
That is good, yeah.
It's one of those cards where like you read it and it's like, this is cool. And then you draw it and you're like, oh, fuck. And then the first time you actually play it, you're like, yeah, this is a solid card.
You know what? The only thing about Wrap and Vigor and Regenerate is it doesn't stop Wrath of God or Damnation or Toxic Deluge or Cyclonic Rift. Rift being one of the best cards in the format, so okay, fine. Toxic Deluge being like
one of the best cards in the
format.
One of
the best Wraths in the format.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 4-mana Wraths can't be regenerated.
Right.
But every other Wrath that sees play en masse, it's going to be good against.
It's a solid pickup.
Yeah.
We got a Whisper Silk Cloak.
Okay. Equip creature, unblockable, and Shroud, right?
Yes.
Equips for 2, casts for 3. So you could do that 5 mana total after your 4 mana Trotsky. Boom.
Get in there and draw a card.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We have Swiftfoot Boots. Everybody knows Swiftfoot Boots.
Yeah, and do we got Lightning Greaves? We don't.
No.
We don't.
Snakeskin Veil.
Snakeskin Veil. This is a new one. I actually considered this card for my Animar deck.
Ooh.
This is an instant for green. Put a +1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn.
Neat.
Yes, that is counter target spell that targets your commander. And it gets fucking bigger.
I like that.
That is a good card.
That is a good ass card. I'm into that. How about Slippery Bog Bonder?
Oh,
I like the art on this one.
Yep, this is from C20. Another one that people asked me if I was putting in Animar. And no, I'm not. But this is a 3/3 human druid with flash and hexproof for green 3.
Okay.
Pretty good rate. When it enters the battlefield, put a hexproof counter on target creature, then move any number of counters from among creatures you control to that creature. Ooh.
That's pretty neat. I do like that.
I do like it because, again, it counters a spell that targets your commander. Then all of your Ancient Animus and your Snakeskin Veil and Rishkar +1 counters that aren't on Toski, boom, go to Toski. Swing in. Give him +5/+5 or whatever.
You know what I like about that card?
It's got a little boggle on it.
It's got a little boggle, and the girl next to the boggle is clearly dressed as a boggle.
She got a little boggle mask on.
She's got a little boggle costume. That's pretty sweet.
Hey, cosplayers out there, I want to see Slippery Bog Bonder cosplays at the next Magic Fest.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, with the little boggle mask and everything.
How about Sheltering Word?
Sheltering Word. It's not even Ward.
That's word.
It's word, yeah.
Word.
Word to your mother. This is an instant for green 1. Target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. You gain life equal to that creature's tough. That's fine.
That's a fine card.
Yeah, I want that to be 1 mana. Then it would be, again, Animar. Consider it.
Sure.
Yep.
How about Mask of Avacyn?
Underplayed card, I think. What do you think? Give it a read.
Mask of Avacyn is in 2 mana equipment. It equips for 3. Equipped creature gets +1/+2 and has hexproof. It's a good card.
I think it's a fine card. I don't know if I think good is generous.
I mean, it's in the situations where you're going to play it. It's pretty good.
It costs a total of 5, but you know what? You can still put your you can still do other stuff to it where Whisper Silk Cloak you can't. And Whisper Silk Cloak you're changing like unblockable, which is great for that +1/+2. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
Our commander's indestructible, so maybe we don't really, if it has trample, we don't care if it's unblockable because it's not going to die from blocks anyways. So This is a good one. We'll have to watch for instances of trample.
Agreed.
Yeah.
How about Destiny Spinner?
Oh, this is a good one too. Creatures you control can't be countered. It's a 2/3 for 2, and you can pay green 3. Target land you control becomes an XX elemental, where X is the number of enchanties we control. And we control lots of them, right?
There's quite a few, yes.
Yeah.
It is a Voltron deck at the end of the day.
Yeah, so late game, we see an opening, like somebody's got 18 commander damage, we kill them, and we, make a land into a dude, make him unblockable or something. Boom, dead. It's like somebody else is dead, too.
And it provides you a counter spell. Counter to the counter spells. Which I like.
Yeah.
What Canopy Cover?
I think this is one that you like, right?
I do like Canopy Cover.
This is an enchantment for green 1. Enchanted creature can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach.
And it has hexproof.
And it has hexproof. That's kind of weird, right? Because it doesn't give your guy flying or reach. So we can't block flyers, but we can only be blocked by flyers.
Right.
That's weird.
It's kind of, it was because you're up in the trees, which isn't quite high enough to catch the flying bird, but it's high enough where you can, get over really tall guys.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, yeah. Good flavor explanation.
How about Archetype of Endurance?
That's an 8-drop 6/5. 8-drop 8? Oof.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm soft on this card.
Our guys get hexproof. Our opponent's guys lose and can't gain hexproof. I think that's the kind of card where it's like you have to land it and see, okay, now all my shit's safe. But you know what I like instead? Asceticism. Just gives all our guys hexproof and gives them all the ability to regenerate.
Not quite as budgety as the Archetype,
but
I think overall probably a better card.
Yeah, we're not playing asceticism, but it's like $17 or something, isn't it? It's getting there.
They should. I don't know why they just don't reprint that one.
It says regenerate on it. They need to print some new thing that says all your guys have paid to tap and make them indestructible till end of turn, right?
Oh.
And then you'd have 2 instances of asceticism that are floating out in the wild, right?
Because that's what we need.
Yeah. Anyways,
can't reprint doubling season, so we'll just print a different doubling season.
Yeah, except they do print doubling season and other doubling seasons.
And sometimes they attach them to 6/6s with fucking trample and haste.
Ooh, that's a good ass card.
Oh shit,
that's a good ass card.
Last one in the Protect section, the Protect sec, if you will.
Ooh, and I will.
Alpha Authority.
Yeah, it's got Mr. Rigmos on there, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, we played this card recently.
Sure have.
This is green 1, enchanted creature gains hexproof and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Is that right?
That is right.
Well, okay.
I'm seeing a theme.
Hexproof, can't be blocked.
Hexproof, indestructible, stop the blocks.
Yep.
It's important when you have a 1/1 Voltron commander that you can get in.
Yep. Yeah, M11 Voltrons, hey? Welcome to the nation.
Oh, shit. So let's say he dies and he goes to the yard for some reason.
Okay.
Maybe we can get him back.
Yes.
Maybe we can get him back with Once and Future.
Once and Future is a good card, I think.
I agree.
Okay, so we get 1 card back to our hand.
Right.
And 1 back onto the top of our library.
Correct.
If we spend at least 3 green mana, and it costs green 3.
Right.
So if we spend 3 green mana, we get them both back to our hand.
Really good.
This is good because when you look at cards that get 2 things back, they might be restricted to just permanents.
Right.
Or they might be restricted to, or Nostalgic Dreams, discard X cards to get X cards back.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Or they might be 2 permanent cards.
Right.
Did I say that already?
I think so, yeah.
Or they don't cost 4, they cost 5, like in Restock's case.
Right.
So this is good in a mono green deck. You play this one.
Agreed.
That's my assessment of it.
You could play Restock as well, I think.
Yes. Well, we are playing something else.
We are playing another one, and it's Green Warden of Marasa.
Now, remember back in our ramp and removal section where we want to play creatures that do spell things?
Yes.
Give this one a read.
Green Warden of Marasa is a 5/4 elemental for green 4. When it comes into play, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. When he dies, you can exile it. If you do, you get another card from your graveyard to your hand.
2 things we get back, like Restock. Restock at 5, Green Warden of Marasa at 6. We get a 5/4
in the meantime.
For 1 mana in the meantime, yeah.
Yeah, which is you're getting a delayed second card, which maybe you're just... You ever value Restocked? Like
Yes.
where you want the one thing and you just grab another thing? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Does that feel bad to you?
Not as bad as a value Yogs will, I'll tell you that much. Because I have done that.
Because I've definitely been in situations where it's like, I could play this Restock, but I feel like I'm wasting it. And you're never wasting. Because like, if I get this card back, I can save myself or win the game.
You're always turning 1 card into 2 cards, right?
Yeah,
With
and
Restock. And you know what? With Green Warden of Marasa in this deck, you're getting that second card on layaway after your guy dies. So your guy's worth a card. The thing that you get back on ETB is worth a card. So you're restocked already for 1 extra mana. And that 1 extra mana, if it's not the 5/4, because we're counting that as the card, you can draw a card with Toski. There's your value.
And you've done
right?
5 to somebody.
Yes.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's a good include in the deck. Makes up for the, which one were you soft on? Archetype of whatever.
Archetype of...
Oh, hey. That's
Endurance. That's it.
That's a creature that's giving us hexproof. That's why it's in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's in there.
Yeah, it cost 8.
Yeah, it costs fucking 8.
Fucking 8.
That's fucking, you know.
I would say you should play the trample one, but the trample one's red. Isn't that weird? Instead of that, there isn't a haste one, but there is a trample one, and it's red.
Yeah.
And it costs 3.
Yeah.
It's just a good ass card.
Yeah, the trample one would be good in here. The flying one would be good in this deck. That's the blue one, right? Yeah. Anyways,
let's do some card advantage before we get into the real Voltron stuff. Hey?
Yeah, and we got a couple creatures in here to watch out for, but we've got some stuff.
Let's start with Tome of Legends.
You read that one because I never remember what that one does. You bounce and return, and you draw every second turn.
Tome of Legends is an artifact for 2. Enters the battlefield with a page counter on it. Whenever your commander comes into play or attacks, put a page counter on it. And then 1 tap, remove a page counter, draw a card.
Okay, so we would get a page counter for free, and then 1 every turn for attacking, because we'd get 1 every turn.
Yeah, because Toski has to attack, so there will be tokens going onto your Tome of Legends.
Yeah, so even if he doesn't deal combat damage to a player to draw a card, we can pay 1 and remove the page counter that we just got and draw a card anyways.
And if he does do damage, you're drawing 2.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
That is excellent in Norn the Wary.
Yes.
Because Norn attacks, it gets a counter, Norn fucks off because a creature attacked, and then he comes back and it gets another
2
one.
counters, yeah.
Oh, I wish that I could find a way of just tapping and untapping and oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could do it, but it's... Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. What we are talking about is Spore Mound.
Spore Mound. Here's our first creature. This is a 3/3 fungus for green 3 landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under our control, we get a 1/1 green saproling creature token.
The first thing I saw when I looked at this or thought is, should this not be Zendikar's Royal? I know that that's not a creature, but it gives you 2/2 creatures for doing the same thing.
I think probably because this one is a creature itself, you can get your value before you even get your land drop, right?
It doesn't have haste.
Well, no, but if you play it on 5 and don't have no more land, next turn you attack and you can draw a card if it gets through, and that card that you drew might be the land, right? So
fair enough,
then you can get blockers up, right? And you just create 1, right? You get 1 Saproling.
1/1/1.
And Zendikar Royal does 1 as well.
1/2/2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is a creature, and that's kind of what we've been on about, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Speaking of creatures.
Oh, baby.
And landfall.
The Scooty.
The Scoot Swarm.
Oh, man, Scooter.
Oh, I love Scoot Swarm. He is a 1/1 for green 2 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that is a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. Oh,
Mother ass.
mama.
Eh?
God, I love Scoot Swarm.
Yeah, everybody has that same reaction to this card because it's not. Is it a kill on sight card?
Yes. In a
If
deck,
if
in
you
a
don't
deck
have
that-
6 lands, is it kill on sight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 1/1. Just kill it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it will get out of hand
Oh,
as soon
man.
as you hit, especially in this deck, because we're going to get to some stuff that will get Scoot Swarm right out of hand right now.
It'll scoot you. It'll scoot magoot you.
Absolutely. I like that.
Yeah.
We should put that on a shirt. Next up, we have Lifecrafters Bestiary.
Upkeep, scry 1. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you can pay green, draw a card.
Cool.
Yeah, I think because we've got that token sub theme, right? That we can, as long as we have green, and we probably fucking will, we can make use of that. And a lot of our air quotes spells are creatures.
Truth.
That's a good include. I know people were really high on that card for a long time after it came out. Then everybody got soft on it. But I think that this is the kind of deck that card wants to be in.
Yeah, I don't play it, but in a deck like this, I probably would.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Joel Rail Mulwavi Recluse?
Yeah, one of my favorite arts in all of M21.
Wow.
Yeah, give it a read.
She is a 1/2 for green 1. Whenever you D your second C each turn, create a 2/2 green cat creature token, and then green 4 until end of turn. Creatures you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand.
Whenever you D your second C, you dirty whore. You dirty D-seer.
Hey man, we don't
C-deer.
we don't slut shame here in the nation. The moral of the story is this card is cool, and she's kind of a win condition if you've got a bunch of tokens and cards in your hand, and you just need Trotsky to get in there to do damage.
Yeah.
Now you can.
Yeah.
How about In Search of Greatness? I love this card.
Oh, hey, shout out to fucking us
Ooh.
on a future, I think this Friday, if the calendar serves me correctly, and I think for the most part it's
Goddamn
the same for
better.
everybody.
Yeah.
Tune in, Commander Cookout on Friday, because we've got our first CCO's top 5 in 5.
Ooh.
And this card,
May or may not make an appearance.
yeah.
we can't say.
Cannot confirm anything. The video's not complete yet, but we may or may not have mentioned this card.
In Search of Greatness is an enchantment for green. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents that you control without paying its mana cost. And if you don't do that, you can scry 1.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, you scry 1.
Yeah, at the very worst, you get to sort of control your draws.
Yeah, and we're already playing Lifecrafters Bestiary, which costs like 2 or whatever, right, to scry 1.
Yeah.
So, like, that's an effect that we're already fine with.
And if you happen to have something in your hand that's just super sweet, just play it for free.
There it is.
That's freaking excellent. And it's got a really cool picture featuring Toski on it.
Yes!
So that's just awesome. How about Hunter's Insight?
Oh, yeah. Choose target creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw that many cards.
I'm so happy that's an instant.
Yes.
I am so happy that that's an instant.
That's the kind of instant that just makes you rock hard, hey?
Yeah.
That's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get this.
I'm going to draw cards.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
and of course it's green. And last one is Endless Atlas.
Endless Atlas. A little bit soft. This isn't the kind of card that usually is in a green deck. This is kind of a white card, but I suppose it's a monocolor deck, it's fine.
Yeah.
This is a 2-drop. You could pay 2, draw a card, activate this ability only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. And
Sure.
again, monocolor deck, we're going to.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan.
Oh, baby.
We're playing a Voltron deck.
Yes.
Should we talk about some Voltron stuff?
Some pump.
Because so far we've got all this protection and card draw, and it's all around swinging with a fucking 1/1. So maybe maybe we should get to the part of the deck where we turn him into not a 1/1.
Where we pump him up?
Yes.
Let's pump him and dump him. Well, except we can't dump him because he's indestructible. He's that clingy girlfriend who just will not stop liking your stuff on Facebook because she thinks that if she pays enough attention to you online, you'll take her back.
Ooh.
This got deep.
Yeah, that's a dark situation you're in.
Yeah.
How about Wolf Rider's saddle?
Wolf Rider's saddle.
On a squirrel. Moose and squirrel.
Okay, this is an equipment. Oh, not what I was expecting, but here we are.
It's where we have ended up.
Green 3, equips for 3. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked by more than one creature. Also, when it enters the battlefield, you get a 2/2 green wolf creature token, and you can equip Wolf Rider's saddle to it.
You do attach Wolf Rider's saddle to it. Yeah, it just happens.
So 4 mana, it auto-equips and makes your wolf a 3/3.
Like those living weapons.
Yeah,
Except with the
that's living wolfing.
Neat.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did. I did, actually. I appreciated it. How about Wolfear Silverheart?
Yeah, speaking of, this is Soul Bond. So when it enters the battlefield, you can Soul Bond it to another unpaired creature, probably Toski. And it and the paired creature get +4/+4.
That's an 8/8 for 5.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
That is not a... And it makes one of your other creatures. That's a really good card.
Yeah, so if we Toski's for 4, and this is 5, we're 9. We get an 8/8 and a 5/5. 13 for 9. Draw 2 cards when they hit you.
We don't see that nearly enough. Why don't we see this card played more?
I don't
For real. That's a good card.
It doesn't do any abilities. It's only 4 for 5 mana, and they're going to have blockers. Like, there's so many things that just stand in its way. Like, you're not going to get 8 damage out of it. You're going to get a chump blocker or a mana dork with it.
I guess.
Yeah.
How about Verdant Embrace?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3, and at the beginning of each mother-ass upkeep, you get a Sapperling token. Each one.
Each. That's also a removal magnet, by the by.
Yeah.
If you untap with a Verdant Embrace still attached to your creature, you're having a good night, and you should just cheers yourself, have a little sip of your beer.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often.
Well, it does when your commandee's got indestructible.
Well, they could just kill the enchantment.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
It just typically doesn't last very long. That makes me sad. It's like a Mycoloth.
Yeah.
You're never going to untap with a Mycoloth. Just sack nothing to it. Then maybe you'll get it.
I wonder if it dissuades people, like, because, correct me if I'm wrong, creature removal is more prevalent than enchantment spot removal, right?
Yes.
That's the benefit of things that hit anything, right? Like Chaos Warp or Assassin's Trophy. Yeah. But if they don't have that, creature removal more common than enchantment removal.
Truth.
And creature removal when Verdant Embrace is on Toski doesn't work.
Much trickier, yes. How about a Sigiled Sword of Valaron?
Holy mother ass. That sounds like it's from Lord of the Rings or something, hey?
Look at the picture. It's like the cross piece of the sword is a dude's beard.
Yeah, and he's got mustache hanging jewels.
Gross. Gross.
Oh, do not Google that.
No, do not.
Oh, do not. That's like a pearl necklace. Don't Google that either. This is an equipment for 3, equips for 3. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Vig. Hey, there's the Vig we were talking about, right?
Right, Vig is important sometimes.
Maybe that was before the show.
This is before the show.
Okay,
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, it's important to give this guy Vig because he's indestructible. And it's a knight in addition to its other creature types. Squirrel Knight. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you get a 2/2 white knight creature token with also vigilance. That's attacking.
It's a neat card.
That's another token card.
And it's cool. I like that one.
Yeah, and he's got a hangy mustache jewel.
We're talking about pumping creatures.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about how Scoot Swarm can get way out of hand.
Oh, baby, this is one of the reasons I picked this deck for you this week.
It is Sawtusk Demolisher.
We didn't even mention the Mutate Tertiary theme.
What? Yes. Mutate is so damn good. Sawtusk Demolisher is a 6/6 for green 4.
6/6 for 6 with Mute.
So that's pretty good. By itself, it's pretty good. But it also has Mutate for green 3. For those of you that don't know what Mutate is, for its Mutate cost, you can put a Mutate creature usually on top of or underneath another creature that isn't human that's in play, and it becomes a amalgamation of those creatures where it has all the abilities of the cards underneath the top card, but it is the top card.
It's yeah. You pile on all the same abilities of the cards that are underneath it.
Yes. So if you mutate your Scoot Swarm and then make a copy of the Scoot Swarm, you're actually getting another Sawtusk Demolisher.
Nice.
which is just
6/6.
which is so good. And
6/6 Scooties.
and if that wasn't enough, it also has trample, and whenever this creature mutates, you beast within something.
So we would mutate this for 4 to beast within something.
I guess it's a non-creature permanent, but you're beast withining a non-creature permanent.
Yeah, you beast within their ghostly prison. We give Toski trample. It wouldn't be a 6/6 if we put this underneath Toski.
Yeah, but you'd put it over top of Toski because...
Well, if we put it over top, then we can't... Do we still draw cards?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because it keeps all the abilities of everything below it.
It loses name and creature type.
6/6 Toskis with Trampski.
That's right.
Trampskis.
So good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm on board. Here we go.
I like this. Rune of Might.
Yeah, hey, again, check out the CCO Top 5 and 5 this Friday on the YouTube channel.
I think these are cards that I hope we see more of, and I think they're really cool.
I love the theme of them, even if we don't see exactly runes, but they've given us reoccurring curses over time in Commander products, what have you. I want to see that with runes. Runes. This is Rune of Might for green 1. It's an enchantment or a rune subtype. Yeah. Enchant permanent. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card.
So at the very worst, you could throw this on a land to draw a card.
Yeah, very much so. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1 and trample.
Ooh.
So there's our trample that we were looking for. And as long as enchanted permanent is an equipment, it has equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. So it doesn't matter if it's a creature or an equipment, we're going to get our trample. And what we touched on in our video was if you enchant an equipment and then they kill your commander, you still have the enchantment on your equipment.
Right.
Today, it's the opposite, though. We would enchant Toski with it.
Yeah.
So if they destroy the equipment, we still have the enchantment on our indestructible commander that now has trample.
And +1/+1. Now he's at 2/2. Look out.
Yeah.
How about Rosethorn I was going to say Rosethorn Herald, but it's
Yes.
Rosethorn Halbrid.
Halberd. This is +2/+1 equipment, and when it enters the battlefield, you just auto-equip to a non-human. That's fine.
Yeah, and it gives him Savannah Lion, and it has equip for 5.
Yeah, fuck that. We're gonna cast it for 1 and put it on Toski.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna start. Like, we're getting those little incremental things. We haven't seen any big equipments yet, but again, he can't die that easy. So we're kind of safe.
You know what this deck doesn't have, but it probably should?
What is it?
Eldrazi Conscription.
Yes.
Like, just go to 11 sometimes.
Get the
Sometimes
fuck out of
games
the way.
gotta end.
Well, we've got some
fuck 'em up.
We've got some big pumpers, so
yeah,
we'll get there.
We still got stuff coming up. We got Rite of Passage.
Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, put a +1 counter on it.
Excellent, because they're gonna block your commander, because the inevitability of any commander killing you is like it's there if they keep getting you.
He's gonna get bigger.
So now you're gonna block him. He's gonna become bigger. He's gonna be more dangerous to block, but they still have to block it, which is gonna make him even bigger.
Yep.
It's a vicious cycle, Ryan.
A negative feedback loop.
Yeah.
There it is.
How about Rancor? We all know Rancor.
+2 and trample again. When it dies, you get your thing back. You get Rancor back.
Primeval Bounty. I like this one.
Oh, yeah. Primeval Booty. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you get a 3/3 green beast.
Beauty.
Okay. Whenever you cast a non-creature, you get a 1/1 counter on target creature.
You get 3.
You get 3. Yes, you do.
+1/+1 counter.
So we cast our Rune of Might, get a +1 on Toski. Then we get 3 more.
Yes.
So now our Rune of Might gives +4 and draws a card and gives trample.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. And whenever a land enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life.
That card is crazy good.
Yeah, that's
I like that.
That's like the opposite of Waste Not or the dinosaur Waste Not. Remember that red dinosaur Waste Not card?
Nope.
Joe, we need you. Put it on the screen.
Yeah, put it on the screen, buddy.
Sorry,
because we're
podcasters.
How about Nylia's Colossus?
Oh, here we go. Fuck yeah. This has got Constellation. When an enchantment enters the battlefield, you double its power and toughness. Fuck yeah. 6/6, 12/12, 24/24. Yeah. Do the math.
Get some. Here's our next mutate card. It's Migratory Greathorn.
Whenever it mutates, you search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle.
I like this in the place of a card like Kodama's Reach. Or
yes, because it's a creature.
Yeah, because it's a dude. Instead of getting a land into play and a land to your hand, you're going to land into play and you're going to make a creature into a 3/4.
Yes.
Which is...
That can hit your opponents to draw a card if we got our commandy.
Exactly.
Very good.
Very cool. Loyal Guardian.
Same thing that we just said, right? This could be an enchantment, but no, it's a creature. If we control our commander, and we will, at the beginning of combat on our turn, we can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control.
Shit, I like that lots. Locks it on Warhammer.
Here's a biggie. Here's a big pounder, right?
Yeah.
There's a big swinging dink coming right at your head. This is +3/+0, trample, and lifelink. All things that we're most definitely into.
Yes.
Yep.
Leaf Crown Dryad.
Oh, I don't think we ever played this one, did we? This has got bestow, so everything we've been saying about mutate and enchantments applies to this card. It's a creature, it's an enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has reach. And if the enchanted creature would die and this is bestowed to it, it falls off and becomes a 2/2.
With Reach.
With reach.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Yeah, we could make Toski bigger, or we could just cast this for green 1 and attack to draw cards.
Yeah, you have a 2/2 reach around.
Yes, and it's a nymph reach aroundy that we could mutate.
Yeah.
Oh, man, all dirty sounding things.
How about Hydra's Growth?
Ooh, enchant creature. When Hydra's Growth enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. And at the beginning of your upkeep, double the amount of +1s on enchanted creature.
Ooh, I've seen that get out of control way faster than I'd like to admit.
Yes, and
It doesn't take long.
You know what? Like this card, if we played something like Doubling Season in here, or Vornklex, because he's like the creature Doubling Season now,
Right.
you're putting those counters on Toski, right?
Yeah.
So if you had 2, you're gonna double them to 4. You'd actually like make them go up to 8.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Next Mutator.
Yeah.
I like this. Speaking of putting +1/+1 counters on thing, it's a Glowstone Recluse.
Yeah, whenever it mutates, it's a 2/3 reach. Whenever it mutates, you put 2 +1 counties.
Neat.
You could just mutate your squirrel into some monster 8-legged, 17-dinked, 58-foot-tall squirrel.
With 45 eyes, yeah.
Yes.
Yep, they can reach really high in the air.
Yes, and with the nymph, you give reach arounds.
Oh, gross.
Do not Google any of these things.
Let's move right on to the next Mutator, Ryan. It's Gem Razor.
Gem Razor. Reach and trample. When it mutates, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls.
Cool.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That one's. I think that's the most expensive mutator in the deck, right? In terms of monies, it's like $350.
Yeah, it's another one of those like solid, good ass cards. You can just play in a deck, like Migratory Greathorn, except this one's a rare instead of a common. So
yeah,
they're just good utility cards. How about Captain's Claws?
Oh yeah, +1/+0, equips for 1, and when equipped creature attacks, put a 1/1 white core ally creature token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It's a tokener and it's a pumper. I think it's fine.
Do you think the ally ever gets through? Do you think the ally ever survives?
I don't know.
Like, you're attacking into a board with like basically any blocker. Like, I feel like the core ally is just gonna eat a bag of dicks every time. Not that that makes this card bad. It does not. But it just
Is it tapped and attacking the same player?
I don't think so. But even then, like, you know what I mean? Like, you think you're gonna get in with it?
I think that when you do. It's incidental.
Maybe more
we're playing
than
it for
I
the
think.
pump. I think. You know what I think is, okay, I'm going to attack you. And with the core ally, I'm going to attack you to draw a card so we can do this other thing that we both want. So let me hit you for 1 and draw a card.
Sure.
Okay, sure, fine, right?
Sure. How about Boom Satyr? I know it's Boon, but I like to say Boom.
Boom or boob?
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boob Satyr
Sure.
is another bestow guy. Enchanted creature gets +4/+2, and it has flash, so you could use this as a little tricksy thing.
Little combat trick,
And
yeah.
of course, it's bestow, so it if it's not attached, it's a creature.
Yes. Blessing of Frost. There's a new card.
Oh yeah, okay. Snow sorcery, a snorcery.
Snorcery.
Got there. Green 3 snorcery. Distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures you control, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast this spell. Then draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. That's a little bit shamanic revelation-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And newsflash, we're playing 28 Snow Forests.
Good call.
Yeah, and are we playing... I was going to say we're playing that new Tyrite Sanctum, but that is not a snow land.
No, it is not.
No.
Tis
That's okay,
not.
though.
We got a Black Blade Reforged.
Oh, yeah. +1 for each land, equipped to Legendary for 3. That's just a big, huge thing that we're going to crack someone on the head with.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh, here is my favorite mutate creature in the deck.
Your favorite?
It's my favorite one in the deck.
Okay, give it a read.
Auspicious Starix is a 6/6 for 5, or you can mutate it for green 5. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Put those cards into play.
Yeah, that's Genesis Wave Mutate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Genesis Wave Tate.
Yes, that sounds dirtier.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And you get to do that every time you cast a new mutate onto whatever the pile is, right?
Exactly. You just mutate the pile and it just keeps on going. It's so good. It's super fun. I like that card a lot.
Do we have enough mutators in the deck? Or if this is like all of them and we're asking the question, do we have enough card draw on the deck to find all the mutators?
I think you're not going to see too many situations where this is going to get you 4 permanents, but I think you'll have it enough times it'll get you 1 or 2.
Okay, and that's kind of the same as drawing a couple cards for free, playing them, right?
And at the bare minimum, it's going to turn your Toski into a 6/6. It's going to turn your Toski into a 6/6 indestructible thing that draws you a card when it hits somebody and get you something else. It could be a land. It could be an archetype of endurance.
Yes, and our spells are actually permanents in this deck, right?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then the last card in the deck is Ancestral Mask.
Oh, yeah. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. I always clear my throat. For each enchantment on the battlefield.
Each other enchantment. But yeah, on the it doesn't have to just be yours.
Yeah. What the mother ass?
What the fuck? And it's for 3.
Yeah, +20. You think?
Oh man, there's some. Oh shit.
We are playing. Let's do a quick little sort here. Let's do a quick sort to enchantments in our deck. 14. So 13 potential because it doesn't count itself.
Right.
Okay, fine. If we have, I don't know, 6, that's less than half.
Yeah.
Of our enchantments because we've got some good ass card draw.
Right.
Do we expect our other 3 opponents to have 3 enchantments combined, or 4 enchantments combined between the 3 of them? That's 1 or 2 each.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
That's +20/+20.
Yep. Yeah. We're playing EDH, dude. That gives you +12/+12.
I was just gonna say, in my example, all right, we got 6. Our opponents have like 4 collectively. That gives us +20 because it's +2 each. Add 1 to that for Toski's base power. That's 1 shot.
Yeah.
That is a 1 shot with Ancestral Mask.
Ancestral Mask is very, very good. It's one of those cards kind of like a Dockside Extortionist, or I can never remember the name of the damn mana card.
Welcome to CCO Nation. We just compared a common from Marcadian Masks to fucking Dockside Extortionist. Get the fuck out of here. Continue your thought.
Or I lost my train of thought now. Damn it.
The mana card. You were thinking of another card.
It gives you a red mana for each tapped land your opponents control.
Mana Geyser.
Mana Geyser, that's the one. It's one of those cards that you look at it and you think, oh yeah, sure. And then you play it and you're like, holy fuck.
Holy titty ass.
Holy shit. Because you're going to play this thinking, oh yeah, it's going to turn Toski into a 5/5. It's going to be good. Fuck no, it's not. It's going to turn him into a 14/14 and you're going to beat somebody's face in. Like, this card will 100% make your creature huge.
Yeah, what are the numbers we care about? 7, 11, 21.
Yeah.
It's going to get you to 11 pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, pretty much every time.
How many enchantments you need to get to 11? You need 5 enchantments with no other pump on Toski, right?
Yeah. And that's in play.
5 enchantments on the battlefield will give you +10/+10. Toski's 1. So barring any -1 counters, you're not playing a fucking Yawgmoth deck or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to get to 11 for 3 mana.
That's pretty good.
And Toski is 4 drop. Let's say we have a mana dork on turn 1. Okay, so that means Toski's turn 3. Turn 4, we can attack for 11. How often is it where people are still in that that early just transitioning into the mid game, turn 4, right? It's like they don't have any blockers because turn 1 was a Soul Ring, turn 2 was like some artifact.
Turn 1 was a Soul Ring, turn 2 was one of those enchantments that make their land tap for more, and then turn 3 was another enchantment.
Yeah, or even if it was like, and this is like, get this, even if they played their Planeswalker Commander or their Duretti and they're started to do graveyard stuff, and we're like, hey, you got no fucking blocks, Mr. Combo Graveyard like artifact engine dot deck, take 11. Answer me or you're dead next turn.
Exactly. But then they're playing Durettis, they probably do.
Well, maybe. Maybe they're like, oh, well, unwinding clock and this and that, and they take that 18-minute turn and they just like cycle things out of their graveyard in and out of play, and they just are like, oh, fuck, go.
Yeah, go ahead, hit me for fucking 10, I lose.
Yeah.
That's the deck.
I like this kind of deck. I like Voltron. I like kind of biding my time with indestructible deck, right?
Yeah.
Bide my time, opening, boom, take it, right?
Yep.
Very important. Real quick, strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Now, and we kind of know, right? It is, if we start with the negatives, flip over to a positive. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Does Voltron work in Commander? And let me rephrase, because no, not really. But if the aim is to kill with combat damage, and if our commander can kind of just expedite some of that because we only have to deal half, that's what I'm saying. And I think that does work.
I think Voltron does work. I think this Voltron would work. It does suffer from the same issue that all Voltron's commanders suffer from, is eventually you're going to have to pay 12 for your commander, and then you're done.
Well, what about this? We get a 6/6 randomly, mutate guy. Get a Nylia's Colossus, sure. We get an Ancestral Mask on whatever. Toski's done some damage to somebody already.
Sure.
Toski's pumped just incidentally. Cool. We Ancestral Mask our mutate guy. That's going to trigger our Nylia's Colossus. All of a sudden, Nylia's Colossus is 12/12. Our mutate guy's a 20/20. And Toski can get in for a little bit more commander damage. Like, that could feasibly knock out 3 people just by playing one card.
For sure.
If we've done some of our kind of aggro homework, right?
Yeah. Or you're going to get pathed and you're going to fuck. Right? Like those, it's very swingy. Voltron has it's a game plan that everybody catches on to pretty quick. Well, and then it's easier to disrupt than the average strategy.
Yes. And that's why I'm saying we shift the way that we play away from like traditional, what your mind's eye imagines as Voltron, to the example I gave is how I would just play an aggro attacky deck.
Yeah.
And one of my creatures happens to be, again, air quotes, just twice as big as the number printed on him is, because he only has to deal 21 instead of 40.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. We have to twist how we play, which makes it difficult. That's the negative, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Positive.
Hang on, let me do another weakness real quick.
Okay.
We're doing a Voltron deck with a 1/1 that costs 4. and yes, it's indestructible, but it attacks every turn, so your best blocker probably will be tapped most of the time. And at the end of the day, 7, 11, 21.
Yeah.
You got to do some...
That's a long way to go.
That's a long road to hoe, unless you get pretty lucky. You get your Ancestral Mask, you get your Wolfear Silverheart.
Yeah.
It's gonna...
Hey, you know what I just thought of?
What's that?
To that end, mono green, like Omnath 1.0, sort of feels like this. That's a 1/1 for 3, which I know is already better. And Omnath's ability makes him bigger, I know. But that's a mono green deck that wants to ramp and kill you with its 1/1 commander.
Yep.
I think if you have experience playing with or against that deck, this deck would be a pleasant change of pace or taste, while still being familiar enough to get your green rocks off.
Like taco soup, but instead of beef, you have chicken.
Yeah, or you know what? If you like tacos, you mix it up with fucking taco soup. Same thing, except soup.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm into it. There we go.
Okay, strength. We'll flip it over. We'll use that as the taco soup bridge.
Sure.
Hey, don't Google that.
Taco soup is delicious.
I had a visual. That's all. Okay. Non-typical Toski build in that it's not Squirrel tribal.
Truth.
Yeah, and you and I are not really the cutesy meme type deck, right? Like,
yeah, I give no Fs about Squirrel tribal. There is a Squirrel card that should go in here. We can talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah. We pulled it up, right? It's Druid's Call.
Yeah, this is just a cool ass card because you put it on Toski and he attacks. When he takes damage, you get squirrels equal to the amount of damage he's
Enchanted creature takes damage. We make that many 1/1 squirrels.
And you're playing a Voltron commander. He's gonna get blocked, and now you've got blockers, or if you need to go wide later, you've got your creatures there to do it.
Yeah, and Druid's Call, subject to all of the Squirrel card price spikes recently since Toski was printed for all of the base level Squirrel tribal normies out there that just said, oh, Squirrel Commander, I can make Squirrel tribal now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like $7 or $8. Foils are like 30.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's an uncommon from Odyssey, right?
Still a good card in the deck.
Yes.
Just worth playing if you've got one.
Okay. Card
Continue.
draw, card advantage, good. Creature card advantage, draw, ramp, synergizes with the commander. These are all good things.
It makes you do what you need to do while doing what you want to do.
Yeah, I like that. Bringing the old school vibes back. There's a positive. Makes it monocolor.
Yep.
Makes it feel old school.
Monocolor and Voltron, all very old school.
Comparing it to Omnath 1.0 back in the day, start of the format en masse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We can, us old guys, we can roll with the best of them, right?
Us guys from the beginning of time,
Yeah. $120 deck. Strength as a budget, right? We're not budget brewers or what have you, but when like $120 is $120.
Yeah, when you can drop $120 and get a fully playable, fairly well-tuned, very synergized deck, I'm all for that. And again, lots of commons and uncommons from recenter sets that you're gonna probably have anyway.
Yes. And we already know where we're going with card of the week.
Oh, you mean card of the week?
Yeah, it's got to be Ancestral Mask.
Absolutely.
Right?
We compared it to Dockside Extortioners. And I meant it. Because you know what? If you have 100 treasure tokens that tap and sack for 2 mana, you know how much those are worth after you've taken 22 commander damage? Jack shit.
Yeah.
So
well, they sack for 1 mana.
Well, no, but maybe you got that dragon that makes them sack for 2. Like maybe you got just the best treasure tokens ever.
Yeah.
When I hit you for 20 fucking 1, you're dead.
Yes.
I don't care about your stupid treasure tokens.
Yeah, very
Get out of
much
here,
so.
Dockside.
And in stock at FusionGamingOnline.com /product/search equals Ancestral plus Mask. There's the fucking link for everybody. I got it up in front of me. It's there. CCO Fusion 5% off all of your Ancestral Masks. They've got them even from Mask. It's a mask.
Mask. And it's got really, really cool art on the Masks one. So if you're looking to gain some style points, pick up those Mask versions, man. They're very cool.
There it is. And the old border foils, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they might be a little bit harder to come by, especially if you love money.
Yeah.
More than janky comments from Masks.
Fuck it, I hate money. I hate it.
Get it out of here.
Okay. This is everybody's favorite section. They always want to know, what's the spice rating?
Oh, the spice calculator.
Here it is. Okay, so 76 Toski decks on EDHREC.com. 39th all-time mono green. I don't know if we pay much heed to that because
we totally do, because
we do? It's only out a week.
On this day, it puts him among some fantastic company. He is just a little bit below Multani Marrow Sorcerer and right above Patron of Orochi. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh. That is so good.
Okay.
How in the fuck is Multani worth $15? It's because he's from Urza, right?
Urza's Legacy.
It has, because that is not a good card.
No. He's a storied character, and he's from Legacy, right?
And he has 2,000 abs.
Oh, man. That's like one less ab than I have.
It's one more ab. Then I got to catch up.
Oh, yeah. You gotta do some sit-ups, bro.
I got to eat more donuts.
No tutors in the deck, hey?
Not even the one we allow?
Not even the Tootskis. Well,
Dang.
maybe Search of Greatness or that Mutate Genesis Wave guy. Those don't count, though.
No, those don't count at all. I think you could probably get away with a Worldly Tutor in this deck and nobody be mad at you.
No, not at all. Double the price of the deck, though. Okay, here's the thing. This is pretty cool because we're not playing Squirrel Tribal. This is cards different than the stock page on EDHREC.com. This is not Squirrel Tribal. Voltron. Token subtheme.
Neat.
Cards different. The uniqueness rating. 44 different cards.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty high. You punch it all into the spice calculator, you get a spice rating of 62. Nice. Past the 50
Way
and
past
60
the 50
text.
and yeah.
Yeah. We were counting on EDH Rec and we saw, what was it, Colossification?
Yeah.
The +20.
Oh, that should definitely be in here.
Get that archetype of
Endurance
out of here.
Yeah, get a Colossification.
Yeah, you save 1 mana, instantly make your guy a 21, crash in.
And if you've hit somebody with that, they're going to need a Colostomification.
Yes. Oh, man. That's great stuff. Great stuff. You know what? We didn't say at the top of the show, this is submitted on our preferred deck list channel on our Discord by Magic Mike. Sorry, Mike, we didn't say that earlier in the show. We appreciate the deck.
Oh, yeah. And he's Sir Squirrel 13 on Arcadeck.
He is. His main Discord name is Squirrel.
Huh.
But his CCO nickname on the Discord is Magic Mike.
Yeah.
He's got a huge hammer, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, he's got a Colossification one.
He's got what is it, Colossus Hammer?
Yes.
That's another card that could go in this deck if you really wanted to.
Yeah, very much so. So sorry, Mike. Maybe Joel put it at the top of the show, and then he'll put it again now because we were idiots.
Yeah, because we suck.
We're idiots, so you get like your name on screen twice. So what do you think? Final thought of the day, round out the arc of good vibes, the longest arc in the history of arcs. This is going to be the Michael Phelps of arcs. Nothing will ever touch it, ever again.
Michael Phelps? Oh, he was the Aquaman guy, right?
Well, because he's got so many medals. His Olympic medal record will never be broken. Guy's got like 28 Olympic medals.
He's got webbed fingers. He's going to be like Tom Brady, where he's going to win so many Super Bowls that nobody else will ever win that many Super Bowls.
Yeah, Tom Brady's going to win probably another Super Bowl tomorrow.
Then that comes up tomorrow. Actually, we have a couple minutes. I'm the one editing the show. We can go a little bit longer. I'm going to ask you I'm going to tell you a quick football story. Get your opinion on it.
Sure.
We did at work the other day a who you got in the Super Bowl listener quiz where it's like who you picking, right?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Kansas City.
Yeah.
And 75% of the people that called in and picked the Buccaneers did not say the Buccaneers. They said Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So it seems that this is not necessarily Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus Tom Brady.
That is the story. That's the story. And the story is what the media outlets project, right?
Is it fair to the Buccaneers? Like, if the Buccaneers win this Super Bowl, is it going to be, hey, the Bucs are the first team in NFL history to win a Super Bowl at home, or is it going to be Tom Brady wins his 7th Super Bowl?
I think the story is a little bit deeper than that. If let's say Tom Brady throws for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns and sets an NFL record and is the MVP,
then
it's about him.
Absolutely.
Of course it is.
Yes.
And it would be the same regardless of who it is.
Correct.
Right? If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense does something akin to Denver Broncos defense at Super Bowl 50, where Von Miller was the MVP, he's their linebacker, and they hold, at the time, 5 years ago, the best offense in the league with the former number 1 overall quarterback pick in Cam Newton to 180 yards throwing. They stop the run game. They sack him 7 fucking times. It was about the defense, right. Denver's defense, the no-fly zone, all that stuff. The quarterback for those Denver Broncos, first-round unanimous Hall of Fame pick, Peyton Manning. And arguably the greatest quarterback of all time in the conversation with the Drew Breeses and the Brett Favres and the Tom Bradys.
Sure.
So if Tampa Bay's defense does something akin to what Denver's defense did a few years back, then it'll be about them. And you got to remember, they've got a pretty stout defense, right? They picked up Ndamukong Suh. They picked up, who's the other guy that they picked up? He's a big time, it doesn't matter. They've got a good defense. And you could say that that's partially 50% of the reason, because defense and offense, 50% roughly.
Defense wins championships, as they say.
Yeah, that is partially how they got there. The other thing about it is, and why I go to the defense, is because they are facing the last year's defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. They're facing who might end up filling the role as the next Tom Brady in Patrick Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes, yeah.
And they do have Tyreek Hill, the fastest man to ever play the game of football.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like Tyreek Hill would have gotten 6th at the fucking last Olympics in the 200. He's the fastest guy that's ever put on a football helmet.
Wow.
They've got him, right?
That's really cool.
He's a weapon. Patrick Mahomes is a weapon. It goes deeper than just Tom Brady because Tampa's got a good defense. Mahomes,
of course it does, but does the story at the end of the day, like for the casual listener, the casual fan, like Tampa Bay wins, even if the D holds Kansas City like fucking 10 yards.
Yeah.
Right? Like they got 0 points. There was 1 field goal in the whole game because it was such a defensive-minded game. Tom Brady fucking got hurt. Did Tom Brady win the Super Bowl if the Tampa Bay wins, do you think? Like, do you think that's the story that people are going to be talking about Monday morning? Is the 7th Super Bowl ring for Tom Brady, or the great performance that the Bucs put on? Because I think that if the Buccaneers win, I think that it's a disservice to an entire team of dudes if they just say that one guy did it.
If the example that you just outlined holds true, 10 yards, Tom Brady gets hurt, blah, 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 the picture that you see on Sportsnet will be Tom Brady holding up the trophy, but it'll say Tampa Bay Bucs victorious, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. If Brady throws for 500 yards, it'll say
Tom Brady.
It'll
wins.
say 7 because that's his ring. Right?
Yeah, just the number 7.
Yeah, that's what it'll say.
He's gonna have so many rings, you have to put them on his dick.
Yes.
My God.
Yeah, he's like the guy at the beach who fucking can carry 12 donuts, right?
And
the most popular girl at the beach is the girl who can get the last one.
The final football thing, then we're the fuck out of here.
That's a good vibe, man. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be exciting no matter whether you're a football fan or not. Watch the game. It's gonna be fun. If you should have watched the game if you didn't. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Last thing I'm gonna ask you about it.
Yeah. Oh, we're going more?
Oh, hit me.
Oh, yeah.
Let me this is fast.
We're not letting go to that arc of good vibes. Hey, we're not letting go.
If you have 7 Super Bowl rings,
Oh, Lord.
when it comes time for you to negotiate your contract in any aspect of the game, do you just put all 7 of them on, walk into the office, sit down and go on the desk and just look at them and then tell them a number? Because I think at that point you can do it. You think? Oh, you want me to do anything for your football club, sir? Let me explain to you how I got all these rings.
I think you put all your Super Bowl rings on your dink and you flop that out onto the table. Oh, man. You know what? Maybe if he wins, he'll just fucking retire, you think?
Oh, probably. But like,
I don't know. You're at the top of your game, though. If you're winning the Super Bowl,
I guess
fucking top of your game.
They're gonna keep giving you money. You keep doing. How many rings do you need before you just make one giant ring and then use the smaller rings as the jewels in the big ring that you made?
You make a belt,
right? Like he's got like a WWF championship belt just encrusted with fucking Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, in the shape of a 7 or an 8 or a 14, whatever the number's gonna be.
It's very exciting to speculate for the non-fans and the fans, which is what we are here for. I think we entertain people in Magic, out of Magic.
Yeah, get your Super Bowl game on, you know what, at CCO Brando, at CCO Podcast for your best Super Bowl snacks. Your, like what you had, because this is coming out after the fact. What you had, what you did. I know that in lots of places people are quite adverse to gather and have the Super Bowl party. If you did it digitally, if you watched like some online thing, right? Like, let us know.
Let us know,
Discord,
man. Yeah.
Twitter, it's all there for you guys to interact with us and with each other, and we can make something like the Super Bowl, like pretty much a national holiday in the land of the free. Yeah. Less so in Canada, but still very much so.
We still like it here.
We still have a high rate of call-ins to work the next day.
Yeah.
I threw up 3 times one day at work after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 48.
Holy shit.
So, hey, there's a fucking advert right on the TV. I think that we should go home and
we're going to go home,
prepare.
watch some ads, drink some beer. I hope you all do the same. Big thanks to Fusion Gaming Online. They are your source for all your gaming needs. Remember to use special promo code CCO Fusion5 for 5% off your entire order. Lets them know that their partnership with us is a good one. Thank you all for being here, for listening to us talk about movies and sports and magic and all the other things that have really kept us going, kept us happy during the arc of the good vibes. And while the arc might be over, the good vibes will continue on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!